back. We are us and this. This is going to be a scene of murder, where the tall things get what's coming to them. Finally. This is Lies of P. So, first things first, we have to well, much less peaceful than I had intended. We also need to clear out the puppet torsos that pop up. Well, it couldn't see me at first. It's fine. Ow. I didn't expect the combo. Safe. That's one down. I want to fight him where I want to fight him. And that is not over there. Oh, on my grindstone is also the... Whoop. The grindstone that increases stagger attack. That is actually extremely annoying. I did not notice that there were puppets stuck in its legs. What else do we have? Old Faithful, huh? Well, this isn't Old Faithful. So what do you guys think about this weapon? Well, that's 2 quartz we just earned. So I say, we head back to the hotel and celebrate by spending them. I think we deserve that. And then we'll figure out where we're supposed to go after that. Alright, the quartz. Okay, now we get to see what this next phase of, I don't know, the abilities things are. First, we have add amulet slots. I want that. I want that. Next, we have add fable slots. I want that. Next, we have perfect guard causes stiffness, which breaks the enemy's stance. I'm much more curious as to why it doesn't do that from the start. So yeah, I want that. Increase, yeah, I want that too. But first things first, we get the amulet slots. We only have 2 quartz, so we won't be able to activate it yet, but... Oh, we also get the 4th set opened. Enhanced Fable Arts Attack 2. I forget we just cleared out the Puppets of the Future, the Iron Giants, and I completely forgot that the entire point of me putting the Tyrant Murderer's dagger blade on the spear handle was 1, to make it more spear-like and even more effective, and 2, because the spear handle, if I'm not mistaken, has an attack buff, right? Combine those 2 and you just get murder. Almost like the blade's namesake. So I don't really use the offensive Fable Arts. I prefer the buffs. Lower weapon durability consumption, I like that. Lowers natural recovery upon weapon attack. Reduces the amount of enemies' natural HP recovery when attacking them with a weapon. I get what it's trying to say, but it says it so poorly. Enhanced weapon attack when discharged. Yeah, we basically live on discharged. Let's check the other ones, though. Perfect guard, regain, recovery. Oh! So when you perfect guard, you regain some of the HP damage that is temporarily taken, that you can regain if you deal an attack with your weapon. You get some of that back when you perfect guard. So I guess you just lose less health, which is cool. Automatically charges pulse. Yes. I mean, I know it won't be fast. Relax. I know it won't be instant. It'll probably be as bad as the health regeneration from the amulet that gives us that effect. I'm not worried about that. Just having it makes it so that I need to deal less damage. I need to land fewer hits in order to get the pulse cell charged and get the critical heal off when I need it. Granted, I do have a few things that buff me while I'm discharged, but that's fine. On to level 4 ability types. Charge Legion when eliminating an enemy. Enhances Fable charging upon fatal attacks. So when you use the special grindstone, the weapon's durability recovers. Though I don't know by how much. It's one of those critical details I like to complain about them not adding. Increases consumable possession limit. Maybe consumable effect. The only thing I actually use is the potion that grants me status effect resistance. I'm really not worried about the enemy's natural recovery, the bit of health they can recover after I hit them with a weapon if I don't hit them in time. I'm not worried about that. Won't be able to add another survival type buff. Perk. I'll just call them perks. Okay, I do like lowering weapon durability consumption when weight increases, because we're usually always usually hovering around 80% weight. I don't know how effective it'll be, but I also don't want to be here forever. Yeah, we have this because we are right at the limit of weight. That's why we need the amulet, so we can re-equip that. So we can re-equip the one that grants us extra weight capacity. So I can start using the weapons I want to use again. Well, the combinations I want to use, more specifically. Where do we go once we get to the cave that's just past this? No, we don't have to go through the cave. Okay, there was a ladder. Okay, I remember now. Oh, okay. I remember where all of the enemies are now. You know, I wish there were more sources of free quartz just wandering around. I know I can usually get them from chests, but the ones I've touched lately haven't produced any. Actually, we have to go in here and... Shut up! Every other time she's been in here. Well, I know I'd probably be able to get her to spawn if I just did the usual thing, but... Yeah, because there's supposed to be a wagon right there. Isn't it nice and quiet over there now? No walking hunks of garbage just plodding through that area. It's so nice. But I think we have to do it now. Okay. Hey! There we go. Can't just have trash on my screen like that. Quartz. Dang it. Ah, if only. Yeah. If it had been trapped, booby-trapped, I would have died there. I know that. And then this rumbled last time, and then I noticed that chest over there. And that's why we didn't keep going forward. It's a wee bit empty, isn't it? One moment. Can't really afford to put anything else on. Everything else is too heavy. Oh. We can at least equip God's toenail. I like that one. What are you doing here?
There must be some way to open this. Alidoro would know.
You realize it's closed because you're a furry, right? And honestly, I don't blame him. What? Wait. There might be more than just the shiny in there. Speak.
Hey, are you a treasure hunter too? Strange to me someone in my line of work. I know how this looks, but I'm not a thief or anything. I am on a serious expedition. You wouldn't happen to know a treasure hunter named Alidoro, would you? I'm a big fan. I plan my expeditions to follow Alidoro's traces, but this lock has me at a dead end, and I so wanted to explore the Hermit's Cave. All I can do is keep plugging away. If you come back by, say hello. Maybe I'll get this place open.
I want to get in there first. Oh, look, a shiny just out in the open. There. Oh. Well, I wouldn't have expected that. Huh. You were so close to another stargazer and didn't even realize it. Ah, boss time. Well, we really don't have anywhere else to go, so... Grip tightens on his stabbing stick. Yeah, I hate all of that. Also, this is not the thing Alidoro wanted me to kill. But I'm going to kill it anyway. Oh, great. It's there, but not. Ah, can't even spawn it that way either. Oh, I forgot we had that. We found that other weapon at the... That sucks. The only other way to get this to work properly is to change the settings. And as you can see, I've got the textures all the way up, as far as they'll go. Looks great, but it's kind of annoying that Maybe a new weapon. Can't be that one. It just really doesn't want to spawn in. Yeah. Great. Well, literally had to go and kill myself in order to get out of there because none of the usual tricks worked, and I have no other way to get around it. Before we get too close, that should work. I'm glad, frankly, I was able to recover my the ergo. That's the word. Hey, buddy. Wow. It feels like there is nothing I can do to stop that. God dang it. That is actually really annoying. Okay, first phase down. Oh, I was hoping that was going to stay down. Hey, this is a family game. That is going to be super unfortunate. Nope. I don't like it. That attack pattern seems pretty familiar. I recognize who this is. Not much I could do there.
hero weapon is in my hands.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are us, and this is the second half of our 2 hour long episode in order to make up for Tuesday's absence. Yes, we'll go with that. That was a tough one. Granted, it still was not the hardest fight I've had in this game, but maybe it was because maybe it was because I was exhausted. I don't like using the word tired. I don't know why. I don't like it. Maybe I was just exhausted. Whatever the case may be, I had a rough time of the boss on Tuesday. Well, yeah, it was Tuesday morning that I recorded that first part. I say the first part, but it was literally up to the boss fight, and then basically I just kept getting... Well, I kept getting closer and closer to beating him, but mostly I was just effectively getting rolled. I really wish I had been able to keep the amulet that increased whatchamacallit, but what can you do? Anyway, I kept getting rolled, and I was out of time, so I had to just stop the game, go to bed. Wasn't able to do anything else until I'm pretty sure that morning I woke up. I was going to go about my morning. Well, not morning, it was the afternoon since I work late. Started my day out normally. Got up, did all the things I usually do, sat down at my desk here, and it just occurred to me, why not try to kill today? Get a little slaughter in before work. Get a little work done before work. And so I did. I started recording, and I just went to town on the boss with the mic off. And we find ourselves here today, on a new day. Now, if I'm not mistaken, didn't he say something that sounded awful villain-like? Something, if I'm not mistaken, and I've been holding on to this idea, this line, since he said it. At last, the final hero weapon is mine? I don't know. I mean, on top of not being the actual Alidoro, you seem like garbage. I mean, you give me, well, I can't say you give me good things because I give him something in exchange. So it's not like he's doing me a favor. You have nice things, and I like to trade for those. Anyway, what is that girl's name? I don't know. Yeah, I can't remember the workshop girl's name right now. But since she wants me to look into you secretly, of course, let's look long and hard.
I knew you'd do it. I had a feeling you'd be the perfect bait. I got what I wanted thanks to you. The last hero weapon is finally in my hands.
You looking to lose a
I
finger,
knew
bud?
where it was, but I didn't dare lay my hands on it. The swamp is too dangerous. Someday soon, you'll see. You have my thanks. And you've earned a nickname. Alidoro's best bait. See you at the hotel.
I'm so looking forward to caving your head in.
Thank you for your hard... Let's go back to the hotel.
Great. One moment, I had forgotten to start the timer. Since we hit the boss at around, I think it was 36 minutes on Tuesday, we'll be here for about an hour and a half to fill out the 2-hour episode. Oh, I'm not looking forward to editing this at all, now that I think about it. I don't really want you to do anything. We do have 22,000 ergo, but what is your name again?
I know my way around
Eugenie, right. I was nowhere near that. Oh, yeah. You might have... No, I'm probably going to keep the boss fight absolutely minimal. So you won't see all of the combinations of weapons that I've gone through. This was okay, but what I really wanted, I don't know if you guys can hear the, I don't know what it is they're doing out there, but it's extremely loud and it upsets me. Anyway, this weapon did fine, but I really wanted stagger. And sharp weapons are middling at that, at best. So, naturally. Oh, also because it was whatever it was, I figured fire would probably be really effective, and I think they were right. Given that this thing's Fable art allowed it to do, what, 4,000 damage in seconds? Assuming, of course, you could actually get the burn off in time before the effect wears off. Wore off. The real issue is weight, because I need the best defensive parts as I'm learning the fight. Also, it really helps the damage reduction while guarding, so if I mistime the perfect guard, at least I'm not getting hit for full damage. That's a really nice part about this, even though the damage reduction for this was only 57%. We don't... What? I know it dropped me a thing to give, the quote-unquote Alidoro. But... did I get anything else? And yes, I could have used the Legion arm, I don't remember its name, the flamethrower arm, but no, it's garbage. Well, it's not garbage. It's just not good. Let's make no mistake about that. Where are we going? Alidoro is down here.
I found the last treasure thanks to you. The saber. A precious artifact from overseas. It'll always remind me of the rascal who stole it, then fell into the nest. I tried to save him, but I failed.
No,
Let the
strangely,
punishment fit
I
the
don't
crime,
believe
I
him.
say. And in a twist of fate, you must become the weapon's true owner.
It's cursed, isn't it? It has to be.
A great weapon calls for a great...
So, the amulet we get from the puppet-devouring Green Hunter's ergo, which is curious because it wasn't actually a puppet, so why did it... Okay. What? Okay, so I got a little bit ahead of myself and read its effect. The Ghost Walk amulet features the equip effect, Fury Attack Dodge, available. Could this be the one? The amulet that makes me get an amulet over the weapon. I don't know. Because I don't know what a Fury Attack Dodge is. Fury Attack means very little to me. Dodge is interesting. I like dodging. But what is a Fury Attack Dodge? Again, we come back to the point of there not being enough information. I like making informed decisions. Whereas we have the Two-Dragon Sword, which provides pretty much all of the information I could want aside from the meaning of the Fable charge numbers. Here, the puppet-devouring Green Hunter's ergo allows us to purchase the Two-Dragon Sword. Naturally, it's a special weapon, so it can't be disassembled. It's a sword blade type, so it'll attack quickly. Its weapon durability starts off at 100, which is nice. Its weight is 12.9, so pretty good, actually. It specializes in both stab and slash, so, well, it's a special weapon, so that doesn't really mean anything as far as assembly is concerned, but it's fine. It scales with motivity badly, but with technique, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Its physical attack is at base 107, and it charges pulse cells at a rate of 10.55, because I am not entirely sold that that 10.55 is a percentage. Yeah. I mean, it's possible that it is, but this would be only 60. It's not that. It's not great. It's not. It's just not great. And the Fable charge is a number, as always. The damage reduction while guarding is pretty low at only 47%. But then there is the Link Emergency Oh, I got ahead of myself again. Then we have the Fable Arts. The Link Emergency Dodge on the blade, interesting enough, and Wind of Swords on the handle. You would imagine that the defensive stuff would be on the handle and the offensive stuff, maybe even buffs, would be on the blade. Like, it would depend. The buffs would depend. Offensive buffs that increase damage or apply an effect to the weapon, like an element or something, would be on the blade. But your defensive stuff would be, like, endure, would be on the handle instead. But it's fine. It's fine. So, as for the Fable Art on the blade, the Link Emergency Dodge, it allows you to dodge forward quickly. Then you can use an extra Fable slot to perform up to 2 attacks. It's not selling itself to me. Then we have the Fable art on the handle, Wind of Swords. Blow a Wind of Swords forward, dealing AoE damage to enemies in front of you. Man, I like weapons, but I don't know. I think this is one of those times where the amulet, I want to say the amulet is better, but I don't know what a Fury Attack dodge is, and I don't want to look it up to spoil it. I just wish I had more information in-game about what this is. The sentries feared the ghostly movements of the green monster of the swamp. One of the sentries miraculously managed to put the monster's information in an amulet, but he also disappeared. Ghost Walk. And then Fury Attack dodge? I don't know. I genuinely don't know what to get here. The weapon sounds decent at best, and the amulet is just a mystery. All of the other ones I have at least some inkling of what they do, how they work, where I can fit them in terms of our build and how we play. But this gives me nothing. And it's all the more erotic for it. I mean, you would assume there I would use the word alluring rather than erotic, but no, you'd be wrong. I don't know. As it is, we're working on another amulet slot, but there are so many other things that could go in that 4th slot that it's not funny. I'm not hurting for amulets. Neither am I hurting for weapons necessarily. We touch chests pretty regularly around here. And occasionally, we get rewarded with a weapon. I do notice I haven't seen quartz pop out of a chest for a while, but I'm only half disappointed by that. I don't know. This is actually a really tough one. I mean, given the name Fury Attack Dodge, I can generally guess at what it might do. But the question is does what it might do? An awkward way to phrase that, but it's what we've got. Does what it might do help me in the most important cases of all, banging on bosses? I have to be honest, I don't think Link Emergency Dodge is going to be good at all. Because it'll never amount to a parry. Parries will interrupt, or I guess as the game would refer to it, break the boss's stance. But a dodge is just going to get me hit. Like, it's just not it doesn't seem like a weapon that I could use against a boss. Not to mention the fact that it's really expensive to upgrade these things. so its damage would always be inferior. The problem with going with the amulet is we don't have that fourth slot, and all of the other ones, aside from the amulet that we use to gain more ergo, which is actually, it's not crucial, but at the same time it very much is, because I love having just a horde of ergo to spend, and, you know, just lose. Remember, we had 14,000 before that boss, and apparently, at some point, I walked right past my dropped ergo and fought the boss and died again, as you do, and lost half of that ergo. Not great. Though I assume, I'm getting a little distracted here, but I am still thinking about the problem. I assume that if you take the perks that reduce the damage you take while your ergo is on the ground, it reduces how much you lose upon dying, because I'm assuming it's basically you're just losing an amount. Well, I mean, it doesn't account for you healing again. And then, even if I do go with the amulet, how am I supposed to know how to use the Fury Attack dodge? I genuinely don't know what to go with. I mean, yeah, pretty sure it's a katana, right? Not entirely certain about that. Still, I mean, it looks cool, but the real issue is I can't just... The moment I buy it, the game is going to autosave and I'm going to be stuck with it. I won't be able to take it to the training area and test it out before the game autosaves. And I don't think I can turn the autosave off either. This is one of those points where save scumming, while not an applicable term in all cases, in something like this it would be if you could. But this is one of those cases where being able to save and reload the game would be a massive boon, because then I'd be able to test both of these things. Like, for these other amulets, I know that they're going to be either really good for me or just have no actual value, and I think there is only one that wasn't actually useful to me. The rest are all really good. Hold on, I've probably been sitting here for like, let's call it 8 minutes, so we'll take that off of the timer. I'm actually tempted to buy the amulet, though I know I will suffer nothing. Well, I am convinced, but not certain, that I will suffer nothing but disappointment. the Wind of Swords, Fable Art might be really good for DPS. That's about the only thing, and that depends entirely on how it works. If it's just a single blast in an AoE, it's bad. The weapon is just bad all around. But if it deals multiple hits, without locking you into a long animation, mind you, because if you are, that brings its value down. But if it's just something that you unleash and then that damage is just ticking off while you're on the move, it brings the weapon up from a question mark to a C, maybe? Because I don't believe in the viability of Link Emergency Dodge. I think we have to, right? And there goes the autosave. Neither of those were great. I'm just trotting because I'm just looking at these things in my head and I just can't for the life of me. I just can't see them being any good. Oh, so this place just gives you full Fable charge, huh? And then you get to keep it when you leave. So, do I get a tutorial on Fury Attack dodge? No? You don't say. Because this goddamn thing is 14 in weight. You know, thinking about today's episode, I was expecting that I was going to have to unveil 2 weapons. The other one being that weird screwdriver looking thing there that we'll get to in a bit. I just need to confirm that my fears are correct. How is this Fury Attack supposed to work? It doesn't... There's just no information on this whatsoever. Yeah, there's nothing. I'm trying to think of a... I don't think there's a tooltip or tutorial section anywhere. Guide. Fury Attack. Yeah, that's... Oh, no. It says you can't dodge or guard Fury Attacks. But... Dang it. I thought the Fury Attack dodge was an actual, let's say, counterattack. That would just, you know, unleash a strong attack or a flurry of attacks, depending on the weapon and its weight, and stuff like that. Frick. It did not occur to me at all that it was related to the enemy's Fury Attack. And of course it should have. Why in the world would I think that it would unlock a new mechanic? Yeah. Yeah, that does nothing. Or I'm doing it wrong. I can't entirely say. Do you guys remember that thing I said? Something disappointment? I think I'm feeling it right now. This is why I don't like not having enough information. So yeah, I can confirm that it only, and I use this word with all the venom one can muster without being able to produce actual venom. All that amulet lets you do is dodge Fury attacks, or more accurately, it enables your iframes during your dodge so that the Fury attacks miss you more easily. I'm sorry, but the only time I actually get hit by a Fury attack is when I'm trying to perfect guard it. If I'm thinking about dodging it, I run in the opposite direction, provided that's an option. That last boss, its second phase had a Fury attack that wasn't easy to dodge, but it was also very easy to prevent it. Well, it had two that were hard to dodge. The one that started from its charge was easy to prevent by simply staying in its face. I don't even remember how I actually beat that boss, by the way. It was not early in the morning. I don't know why I keep thinking it's morning when I get up. I had only been awake for less than 20 minutes when I started fighting the boss that day. So I hardly remember the fight at all. When I beat it, you have no idea how surprised I was. And not surprised as in, just, wait, what? Kind of surprise. It feels like I wasn't really paying attention and it just died. Granted, I remember all of the struggling up to that point, but then at that point that we beat it, all of it just was like a blur, and I don't remember much of it. So the victory was extremely unsatisfying, almost as unsatisfying as this amulet. What a terrible purchase. Where can I leave my Yelp review? Probably somewhere in the past where people cared, back when people cared about this game. Eugenie, help me.
I know my way around a way.
I mean, the weapons we have are fine. And I mean, the goddamn thing has the audacity to weigh 14.9. I will tolerate that for a weapon, especially if I like it. I will not tolerate that for an amulet. All right, let's try to divert some of our disappointments and convert it into excitement for this new weapon that we got, frankly, some time ago, and that I've just been ignoring. I didn't even use it for the boss fight. It was a struggle to resist the very real temptation to use this weapon on the boss. It would not have been a fair shake at all, and I'm glad I didn't. But it was tough not to. Here we have the pistol rock drill. Not being a special weapon, it can be disassembled, and I am looking forward to what I can turn it into later on. It is a dagger, which dashes some of my hopes considerably. But I saw something of interest. Its weapon durability is 117, which is just fascinating. Its weight comes in at a hefty 18.9 though, so It scales with motivity very well, but technique is doo-doo. D for Dookie. Its physical attack is 108, 1 point above the special weapon that we just unfortunately did not get. What a waste. However, the interesting thing that I mentioned, it has a critical rate. It has an inherent crit chance. It's the usual 30%, and now I have the ability to give any weapon crit chance through the special grinder, but I mean, having an inherent crit rate is massive. I mean, we've been using the Tyrant Murderer's Dagger for how long? And it's pretty much been, aside from this weapon's blade, it has been a real friend. The realist, you might say. So I imagine that the pistol rock drill will only be as good as that. So it charges pulse cells at a rate of 11.90, and its Fable charge exists. Its damage reduction while guarding is actually pretty high at 52%. So that's actually really interesting. And it has the Fable Art Grind, which I'm assuming either increases attack or crit rate. Even though there's another one that already increases crit rate, so it should be. So this is probably something different. And Furious Forward Stab, which I can only assume causes you to stab anything in front of you repeatedly. Yeah, so I was right. Grind increases the crit hit chance temporarily. Same as... Oh, so this is grind. Okay. Yeah, I was right. I just didn't remember the name. Anytime I think about that particular Fable art, I just think more crit chance. And then I hit the button. I don't think I've combined the special grinder and crit. I can't imagine that I didn't, but it doesn't feel like I did. It's obvious. It's an obvious thing to test. You load it. You use the special grinder, activate the ability, and then just go to town on the training dummies to see how consistent the crit chance is. Unfortunately, the buff doesn't last long from the special grinders. I have to invest in perks for that, which I probably will eventually. Someone explained to me how this is a dagger and not a sword. Yeah, that's a screw, a Phillips head, right? Screwdriver, not a screw. I know words. This one will be stabbing. Oh no. Let's just go ahead and upgrade it. I'll probably change its hand.
What fate brings us, serving her, welcome to her.
I'll probably change the handle out, but it depends on the handle's attack pattern, attack speed. We'll see. It costs 124. 124 is 7. I mean, opening and closing menus is immediate. Why can't dodge work the same way? When you dodge, I've said it before, I've even proven it. And those of you that have played this, if you're watching this for whatever reason, you know you press the button and the dodge doesn't happen immediately. There is a split second before he actually moves. It is the worst split second of all time. Man and beast have come together to hate that split second. Bye, Eugenie. You know, I just heard on some video that they got rid of Dr. Nick on The Simpsons. What in the world? Absolutely awful. I mean, it's bad enough they lost a poo, but Dr. Nick too? You know, that's what it is. This reminds me of a Monster Hunter weapon. Oh, and it's got the little jackhammer animation. That is so good. Oh, and you can hold it? Oh, that is disgusting. Oh, that is so good. Oh, that almost makes it possible to forget that terrible purchase I made a little while ago. Okay, so let's see what this is like. And then he thrusts in like a himbo. Oh. I didn't see the final number, but I know it was over 4,000. So Vegeta's pissed. Well, I mean, it would have to be over 9,000 to piss Vegeta off, but that's you get the general idea of what I was going for there. You're dealing over 4,000 damage is pretty good. Granted, I'll never get that full thing off against bosses. We will never see that happen, but against, you know, the chaff, it will be funny. But how do we turn funny into viable, I wonder? It can be disassembled, so...
I know my way around.
That... Wait, hold on. So you can hold... Has that always been a thing? Where you can just hold the button down and it'll just keep using it? I don't think so. That's not one that has a... It doesn't, right? Yeah. And this combination of weapons is just barely above our weight limit. Even though we keep dumping ergo into it, it's barely made a difference. Granted, I'm able to equip all the best armor defensive gear, so, you know, sort of pays off. But now we're at the point where I can literally only have one heavy weapon and nothing else. And I love my heavy weapons. You guys know that. So, something that deals multiple attacks. Yeah, this will do. No, it's literally, you have to actually press it to do it again. Yeah, for bosses, that would not be enough to get you out of danger. I do love crit weapons. How much this... Hold on, let's see how much this one does in comparison. Mind you, the timer is not going, so this is all free content for you guys. I'm certainly going to hate editing it, though. $3,700 and very nearly $3,800, so it might as well just be that. That is not great. Oh, I don't need to do that. Yeah, that is not one you're going to be using. Yeah, 4,700. That's pretty good damage. I mean, it'll chew through the weapon's durability, but it's good damage. How does... Did I misread? Can it actually be disassembled?
I know my way.
Let's see. Yeah, it can. So that definitely has to be an effect of the handle, not the blade itself. Which immediately drops the blade's viability on its own significantly. We have another stabbing handle. Yeah, this one. Now, what do we put on that handle we just opened up? Oh, it also mentions the holding down of the button in the thing. Of course, they offer extra information here, but nowhere else. Most of the time, anyway. But here, they'll tell you to hold down the attack button for repeated stabbing attacks, and if held for a certain time, it triggers a strong finisher. Of course it does. This would probably be really useful for this particular combination. Granted, I don't want to invest in the Salamander Dagger Blade because, well... it's not great. I mean, mostly because it scales partially with Advance. Which, if you're not all in on Advance, you're pretty much just wasting stats. I was wondering where the crit was. Not great. What did we... Yeah, even worse, this blade's damage is extremely low. I think you have to have the rock pistol drill blade combined with its handle in order to get the best effect out of it. Although I will say that seemed to have lasted a very long time. So, hold on. How much of that counts towards the stagger attack? Does the entire heavy charge apply stagger, and just the individual hits apply just small amounts? Or is it that only the final hit that applies the stagger? Because if it's the latter, that makes this weapon really bad for staggering enemies. Well, the handle weapon combination. Specifically the handle itself.
I know my way around it.
I mean, this would probably be okay if not for the fact that it's just a worse version of the pistol rock drill, which is now upgraded. It has quite a bit of durability, so that's cool, but... Ah, this blade actually specializes in slash and stab, so it can go pretty much on any handle. Yeah, and I never tried the killer attack, the supposed killer attack against the boss, because as we proved against just... I'm pretty sure we tested it against regular enemies, right? Disappointment is its specialty. Also, I did forget that this thing has dual stats for attack. So it's near 100, but not at. But this one, its combined stats are over 100, but that's only because it's +3. And its damage would suffer. I don't know. I think these two just have to be together. At least until I find another blade that's more interesting. I was going to say this could be interesting, but... I mean, brace yourselves for disappointment, but still, in concept, it's an interesting choice, given how the blade works. Oh, I understand. So, this blade's Fable art differs based on the number of charges it has. I missed that when I read it the first time, and every time since, because... yeah, we're not attacking like that. That is it. But good lord. I mean, the handle is perfect for tight quarters, but the attack speed leaves so much to be desired. That is an interesting heavy attack. I mean, 4,200 isn't bad, and it's only getting that because the blade becomes stronger with its charges. But good lord, is it loud. So we're going to take that with us just as it is. I don't... we're overweight. Of course we are. 21.7, huh? Alright, we'll start the timer once we arrive at the location. Let's try talking to Alidoro first. Just to see how he feels about me making the mistake I made.
A great weapon.
Yep. Let's see if she has anything to say. That's... okay.
Whatever choice you make.
I don't... What choice is she talking about? I haven't the slightest. I mean, if it's a question of touching chests or not, we touch, of course. I don't have any quartz, but...
You don't remember much. You asked me about areas.
I mean, since I'm up here, I may as well get them. And then we'll be off back to the barren swamp, I suppose. Inject booster. I don't know what that booster I gave it does, but it doesn't really matter. Personally, I'm hoping it... Hold on.
By the way, his last location was Krot Central Station. But my gear won't protect me from the petrification disease there. Can you find him for me? I'll make it worth your while.
Make it a weapon, or at least an amulet that doesn't suck, and I'll do it.
Thanks. My partner's name is Atkinson. I think he was trying to secure an escape route. Look for him around Krot Central Station. I think he was trying to secure...
Well, I guess we have something else to do now. That's not Vanini. Who is it? I don't recognize that face. Yeah, it definitely is,
no.
right?
Can it be? It can. Are you hurt anywhere? Ha! You never fail to surprise me, compagno. Now, allow me to return the surprise. This little wonder creates a lead-acid battery in a flash.
What are you talking about?
The golden ergo is the purest form of power we can use, and it's nearly perfect. We could power a city block with this. You see, the alchemists ordered transportation from me, powered by this. I'm not sure, but maybe it's still in their underground base. Just one problem with the base. I don't know exactly where it is. I don't know when exactly either. I had to just hand it over immediately after the launching ceremony. After all, I am the prince of the Krat social scene, and I surrendered to their mysticism. There, it's done. Now take it. A secret alchemist's underground lair. That sounds like something Antonia might well have heard of.
Based on
You'd
what?
better ask her about it.
How would she know? Antonia, have you been holding out on us?
I heard what happened at the exhibition. How frightful. It's no wonder you're trying to track down the alchemists. I'll tell you one thing. Many secrets are buried in the city of Krat. The same goes for this hotel. Beneath us, there is a passage connected to an underground base of the alchemists. It's where Ergo's vein was first discovered, long ago. Until the petrification disease, the hotel worked hand in hand with the alchemists. But I didn't know they'd be so corrupt. Everything changed when Simon became their leader. Oh, I thought the survivors of the exhibition would be different. But they're just as corrupt. The passageways to the underground base are locked from their side. We can't get through unless they open them. And the underground base is the only way to embark for the Isle of Alchemists. If we find the right alchemist, perhaps we can get that door opened. I heard that some of them occupy the collapsed tower of the train station. And the collapse makes me wonder whether they had something to do with the recent earthquake. Look into it, won't you? People have no thanks for...
Just making sure. I have no idea what we gave Benini that he turned into the lead acid battery, but here we are, I guess.
Whatever choice you make.
I'm probably going to get killed trying to use this weapon with this blade, but I mean, in for a penny, right? So let's find a mat. Let's head to a train station. About why in the world is this struck out? Excuse me? Why? For those not watching, it says I can't go to the Central Station Plaza. To which I say, you are going to have to try a lot harder than this to stop me. So here the intent is to travel backwards to the train station. Yeah, I cannot let him finish out that animation. Hey, buddy. Yeah. While I'm thinking about it, and then that'll come to fruition over time. Unfortunately, with this blade, we are stuck with just this weapon, so life will be rough. To put it... What? Hey there, buddy. Back to the Shadow Realm with you. What do you mean we haven't... I don't... This is so far... This is so far into the beginning of the game. So far... Nope, it's just not right. This is so close to the beginning of the game, I don't remember these streets anymore. This has to be a shortcut, but there's no stargazer here. This area isn't safe for there to be one here. So how do I get to the far side of that? There might be something over there. Looks like we're going to have to take a detour with this weapon, no less. That's the Stargazer. I thought that was a bundle of... Ergo. Then I questioned, did I die at some point and not realize it? Hey, buddy. Let me just get my eyes. Yeah. Yeah, the game hates that. Although that is really good for dealing with swarms of enemies. Why are you looking this way, bud? What's over here? I don't know where this goes. Like I said, I don't remember this area anymore. Barren swamps, I know where everything goes. Here, this might as well be a new area. Just on a whim, is all. Oh, hey there. Does the good boy want a treat? I'm just keeping an eye out for anything that looks like it might be. Where there's someone to talk to. Huh. Okay, so all of that led over here. Could have sworn I just heard breathing behind me. wrong, and I've only got one of those left now. Nice. I run at thee. There's another one in the corner. Like I said, clears hordes. Also, it allowed me to tank a hit by the frigger. Yeah, I rolled late. Shut up. So we're trying to figure out how to open that one gate. I don't like having things I can do not be done, so I want to do it. Oh, right, this guy is... Why can't I talk to him? Like, the only time you can actually hear someone is when you can communicate with them. Chances are, if maybe I'm wrong and he's just dying for free. I mean, this has to be someone I can talk to and do something for a reward that is not worth it in the slightest. You know, I'm actually talking myself out of it. No idea why it worked that time. Yeah, the voice is coming from that particular spot, so... I heard it, and I didn't like it, and I knew I wouldn't like it. And I was right. Go suck it. Yeah, this does not seem to be anything I can do about that. I probably spawned that guy in now that I think about it. Are we going away from the train station? That's probably... No, that doesn't make sense though, does it? Why can't I talk to you? I mean, I could try going back to the main menu and seeing if that helps, but... Yeah, that has to be somebody we can take a quest for a terrible reward. Because there's no way any of these people are going to have an amulet or a weapon. I mean, an amulet's more likely than a weapon. Who knows? He probably wants the apple. Because that's just sitting in my inventory. So if I'm right and that gate that we were trying to open is facing the station. Oh, that's rough. So... I'm pretty sure this is the way forward through this map. Pretty sure, not entirely. Yeah, bud. Yeah. So its light is here, but it's not. Not suspicious in the light in the slightest, I should say. Oh, great. That's it. Wait, that's not what I wanted.
For your information.
Where does this go? Sorry about that, folks. I had a grocery delivery to take care of. So let's go ahead and do this. mean, I tried the crit concentrate thing. It doesn't. It's not great for damage. Well, I mean, it's decent. So what does the other one get? Something that slashes. Because I forget this handles attack pattern. How in the world is the heavy attack faster than the light attack? Oh, whatever. So what's back here? Aren't I glad I looked first? And there's another one. If anything, I would guess that this leads back to the station or somehow connects to the underground alchemist base. There has to be a ladder here. It looks a bit too high. Yeah. Ah. Really? Yeah, no, that seems fair. Whatever that is big. I can't fix that, but I can fix its living problem. set you free. So that's an interesting way of fighting, I guess. Well, I can have a dagger, that's right. Interesting. I thought he was the other kind. That looks like him, but is slightly bigger. I mean, if it was going to work anywhere, right? That's a healthy heal. I mean, did you not think that I would look behind me? Come on now. Frayed notebook. I do not regret destroying the Saint's statue. Yeah, so this is where we were before. I had to stop it from being used for humans. Of course, they'll find another way, but at least those who escaped will find freedom. If I have any regrets, it's just one. God save that child. I came from across the wide ocean. Across the wide ocean. To the left. Okay, so it looks like right is where we want to go. So naturally we don't do that. So like I thought, connected back to the station. But it appears to have been born anew, because there's no way on Earth I would have left an item here. You just don't do that in these trying times.
Did you feel that? An ergo amplification effect coming from Krot Central Station. I wonder if the alchemists are plotting something again. Please, investigate that area. I mean, the ambience is out of control, but it looks like we're in a different part of the station. Got your kidneys. Oh, who am I kidding? Those were gotten a long time ago. Oh. That's nice. Oh. Maybe it would have been better if we hadn't done that. I keep running backwards because some of these guys explode on dead.
Looks like someone forgot that on arm day you're supposed to swap. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I know how to get rid of the fog. Question is it even worth the effort? Because getting down here would be a nightmare. And again, the Stargazer is just down that way. Alright, let's do this. Well, the Stargazer's missing, so hopefully some of those pods overhead are too. I wish I could do a jumping attack, but no dice. Well, that is certainly in there, isn't it? And evaporated. I have to wait for this. Ooh, I didn't see that there before. Let's not even mess around since I don't want to be hit with decay again. Well. Yeah, we can get out of here. Alright, we are headed back to the hotel to open up another amulet slot really quick. Because I'm worth it. Ah, I did not know that was... okay. Might be right under me, so go over here. Why are we hit right? We're here for the gold coin tree. Okay. I would really prefer to have something that affects combat, but I mean, paying less than ergo is probably preferable. Ooh, that'll help. So which of these do we get next? Fable slot. Yeah, it has to. Maybe we actually go for perfect guard stiffness. Huh. Well, regardless, that's a then problem. We'll worry about it accordingly. It was broken when I got here. Pretty sure there's nothing else to be done. Actually, I think that's going to do it for today's episode. We got quite a bit done. I'm not sure how much of this episode was spent not doing things we should have been doing, but it's fine, right? I think it'll all balance out in the end. I'm still not looking forward to editing this, but it must be done. so it can be up on time today. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves and everything you've seen here. We will be back on Monday with another episode. And that one will be up on time because it will be recorded on Saturday, and if not uploaded by Sunday, it will be uploaded by the time Monday rolls around, or something like that. It will be up on time for certain, though. Huh. I think on Thursdays I'm supposed to also record Friday's video. Freck. I got up at about 10:41 and it's 1:30 now. Whoops. Anyway, days are wasting and I can't afford to be letting it do that. So with all that said, we will see you next time.